saw some horrible things over there. I saw black officers being assigned to some of the most remote areas. I saw a lot of inequities, and then the bottom line was that when we got back, we were treated with such disdain. We were called baby killers and a whole bunch of other stuff, and not recognized for our contributions until much later.
I label Vietnam as a bunch of good old boys having a good time, and a bloodbath that was beyond imagining, a thing that should have never happened. A lot of people were maimed and killed over there that shouldn't have been maimed and killed because of politics. I think we should look at the history of the place, that they had been fighting for over 1,700 years and had bunkers and tunnels that they could do things that were remarkable, that there was no way we could do it because the French couldn't do it, the Indians couldn't do it, and then we went over there with all of our technology and could not overcome those people because they had a mind and heart for war, and we only had a mind and heart for politics and shortcomings by the people who were leading us at the time.
Every war has generated that same kind of environment. So those of us, I saw black veterans go to prison when they should have gone to a treatment center somewhere. And that's another story. Drug offenses, the war on drugs filled the Texas prison system full of good people that should have been in a treatment center, not in a prison system.
When I got to California, after I got out, I was hitchhiking in LA on, what's the name of the street? Anyway, I was hitchhiking, and some people picked me up, brothers, and sisters in a car, and they were on their way to a black Congress. And we were riding along, and one of the people asked me, "Hey brother, where you from?" I told him, "I just got out the Army." "You got out the Army, did you go to Vietnam?" I said, "Yeah, I went to Vietnam." "Man, get your ass out this car, man, you're a baby killer." That was from the black side. But then before then, at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the same way that they treated us in Vietnam, as far as those who were in charge concerned, who were white, it was the same thing. You were degraded and belittled, and looked down on, and if you walk up on some guys talking and they don't know you there, you might hear something that really hurt you.
A lot of things happened to us after we got back, where we were not given, first of all, the sensitivity that we needed, not given the respect that we needed, and the bottom line, we're not given the help that we needed. It took me 30 calendar years to get my benefits from the Veterans Administration.
Knowing history and having been watching documentaries a long time, I heard President Eisenhower say before he left office that the United States people in power had to watch out for the U.S. military complex, because these people wanted to sell arms and cause wars, to keep wars going so they could be richer. And Martin Luther King said that we should not be there.
The promises of the Great Society have been shot down on the battlefield of Vietnam, making the poor, white and Negro, bear the heaviest burdens both at the front and at home.
We should not be doing the things that we were doing, and they had an effect on a lot of military people, who may have had a 20 or 30-year career in the military, but because of seeing these things, they got out and went in other directions.
I still have flashbacks. Yeah. But I know I'm not just crazy now. I came back with a condition. And so many of the people were not able to make that transition.
The things that I saw, the things that happened to me, all my life, that's the way I was. That's who I am, But then through Jesus Christ, I'm able to set that baggage down you know, and pick up the word, you know, and be forgiven and forgive, and then I can have joy and peace. And thank God I got it.
For us as a nation, it was a big challenge to be put in a killing war. And, you know, every day I went up, I got shot at. And if that doesn't give you post-traumatic stress, you know, what will? And to be treated the way we've been treated and to not be helped. See, that's the biggest mistreatment, is if you just leave people alone and not help them. And it's been my idea that in so many cases, the VA has just provided an atmosphere that was not conducive to the help that we needed, in hopes that when we applied for help, we'd either die or just go away.
The higher your education standard is as far as a vet is concerned, the better able you are able to put together documents to get your compensation. But then if you're an alcoholic, a drug addict, a person that didn't learn to read and write well, a person who have a PTSD problem, and you don't want to really be around people, what happens to them? They suffer without help. Just like I did until I was 53 years old. A homeless man, where would he keep all these papers? A man that's not educated, would he ever be able to read all this stuff? You know? So this is one of the things that cripple these guys out there homeless, other than the alcohol and drugs. You got to stay focused if you want some help. You know, some of these things can be, some of the fault can be contributed to the VA hospital. And then some of the fault can be attributed to those guys who don't stay focused, man. You know, we had trouble with guys like that in the service. You know, they were there to make some money and have some money because they came from the ghettos of Michigan and the ghettos of St. Louis and Pittsburgh and New York and places like that with a gang attitude mentality.
See, so many of us don't want the government to give us anything. The government is not giving us a thing. When we put that uniform on and when we served, whether we served in combat or not, we earned those benefits. So our hardest job is to try to convince these veterans, look, we want you to get your earned benefits, your earned care.
A high school principal in Phu Vinh asked me one time, I was learning Vietnamese, you know, and she was teaching me some dialect, and she stopped at me and she looked at me and she said, Robbie, I said, yes ma'am. She said, why do your people come here to take back the land that they took from the Indians? I can't tell you how much that touched me, you know, because that's what was going on, you know. That's the way they felt. I was just a soldier getting paid and following orders. But there was another side of it, man, a social side of it, man, that these people were just people. And they wanted to live a life without harm and danger. You know, no wonder the North took over, because the people in the South, they didn't want to fight.
My time in combat and after my injuries, having 3 months to reflect on my life and on things, several things happened. The most pronounced thing that happened to me is that I lost my fear of death. You see, by me losing my fear of death, it gave me courage to live my life.